How are we doing? That's for you, OSU. Oh, whoa, that was a beep. How's everyone doing this morning? Hmm, I'm late posting my podcast post. Good morning, Schmevelin. You know, Schmevelin, we need to talk. Um, so I'm doing a podcast this afternoon with Urban Hafner, so I was bouncing around the Fountain Pen Companion website, and Schmevelin's name pops up there a lot. You have a lot of ink, Schmevelin. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Brooks. Jackie, you're in your real office. Fuzzy Man, you think you're becoming a keyboard person? I am wanting a fancy keyboard. You have the most ink of anyone who isn't a blogger. That's funny because I was going through the thing going, I know that person, I know that person. Wait a minute, I know all these people. That's funny though. Looks like we're having some frame dropping. If y'all see a problem, let me know. Michael DeLeon, thank you so much for the sub. 10 months of subbing. Yeah, I'm seeing a couple little baby drop frames here. So if y'all see any technical problems, let me know. Oh, good morning, the boop. All the expensive hobbies. Yeah. Like, oh, I didn't go look for that word where we could find those words. I did look on the Twitter side and there's no tracking. Been thinking about getting a keyboard too. Yeah. So I'm going to look here at my friend Susan Lynn, who did the Pastel Shibas with me. She's part of a company that does mechanical keyboards. What's their name? I don't know, but they make some really cool stuff. Let me see if I can find the Jackie. Thanks for the sub from your real work. Let's see. I'm blanking on the name, so I want to get it for y'all. The Key Company. So let me get their website. So, I mean, I have no affiliation with them other than my friend works for them, does work for them. And I value her opinions, so I believe that they would, that's where I would go when I'm going to order something. Or I'll probably just ask her, say, hey, this is what I want, and give me that. But yeah, her specific design is probably what I would start with for me personally, because it's very pastel-y. It's very cool. But the Key Company is who she works for. And they do some pretty neat stuff. Like, I haven't really gone down the rabbit hole to be able to say, I want this, this, and this, and this. So I will ask when I'm ready to pull that trigger, you know, maybe in a couple months, once things slow down, like in the world, then maybe I'll order a keyboard. Because my keyboard's pretty new right now. I ordered the small, you know, the one that I use all the time, which is cool. But it's kind of like the basic, just to see if I like it kind of keyboard, and I do. So you did it first. Yeah, it looks like they've stopped. So I don't know what these little, like, it even shows I have alerts. It says click to read your alerts, and then you open it up and it says you have no alerts, except the ticker says I have 4. Brad, ever used Squadcast as a podcast guest before? If so, thoughts? I'd never heard of Squadcast. Is that a platform? Mike seems to be your source. Actually, Jeff Abbott, who writes for the Pen Addict, is a mechanical keyboard junkie. He's written a couple articles on the site, and then Susan has made her own keyboards. I don't know what Squadcast is, Mike. Yeah, it is a lot. Like, it would be like never using a fountain pen before and then wanting to buy like a vintage vacuum filler. Like, there's a level of knowledge that you can't get in the beginning to understand what you're actually purchasing. So I use Trycast, Tryca.st. It's a Google Chrome browser. That's what's working for me. What do you use? Do you use Squadcast? I use this, and it's been working pretty well for me so far. Yeah, the plan I'm on TriCast is 10 a month, and that's for 10 hours. So yeah, TriCast records locally on each end using Chrome, but it does not include video. Yeah, Schmevelin's the only one that we've had a problem like trying to get the connection right, but we're gonna try again. All the other ones have worked pretty well so far. Opus, thanks for the Twitch Prime. I almost missed that. Thank you so much. You're awesome. So let me look. So Squadcast sounds similar to what I'm using, but I should look at it. Yeah, and you can get a you can do like a free profile, a free try Squadcast, and you can try TriCast too. But I haven't compared this to see what it's like. The only thing I worry about now with both of these things is like if I move, like the RSS feed changes, I got to download all the files, right? I need to create a Cal. Thank you for the sub. That's awesome. I really appreciate you. Hype train. So yeah, like my only thing I'm not super comfortable with right now is if something happens and I don't have like a good backup of the files and I don't have a good source for the files and RSS feed for the files. That's all easily fixable. But it's kind of like one of those things when you're kind of pimped in. But the Squadcast looks pretty cool. You know, it's something I could try. And I'm fine mixing up the private RSS feed. Like if I had a public podcast and change the RSS feed would be just a dagger. But for the membership podcast, I actually assume that I'm going to change RSS feeds sometimes. Right. What's up, Evan? Yeah, make me a cedar. Just we're talking about keyboards and mechanical keyboards and how much of a rabbit hole that could be. So yeah, cool. Thanks for pointing that out because I need a backup, right? Like in case something happens. Because right now, my whole goal with the podcast is to do as little editing as possible. That's one thing I really don't like spending my time on. So using a platform like this where it's all just kind of built in and I can do just some quick sound editing levels and snip out some things like if we have a technical problem. That's all I need to do, and these things let it go. So yeah. Good morning, Bork and Bork. So yeah, I don't even record a backup audio when I do it. Especially like you'll have like an hour and a half podcast like mine. Like I think I did one last night that was like over 30 minutes, and that's by far the longest one that I'll record. I try to keep mine around 20 minutes. So there's a big, you need a safety net almost for that. Yeah, it's good. Clean feed. Okay, so yeah, that these also host, which is good. And that, like I guess I was alluding to, that's the thing that if something goes away or something breaks or I want to change, I'll have to download these files, re-upload them somewhere. Right now, I need to make myself a good backup of all the audio files. I should probably do that here because the internet's faster, even though they're only like 30 to 50 meg files. This week is Tsunami Sue. Sue Canals. She is a Baltimore urban sketcher. She is an awesome person, awesome human being. Met her in Baltimore a few years ago, and she brought the Urban Sketchers table to the Baltimore Pen Show, which I think is one of the few like urban sketcher groups that actually comes to some of the pen shows. So we talked a lot about that. We talked a lot about urban sketching, like the things she uses, how she goes about stuff. Urban sketching right now in quarantine times, and just like how all that goes. So she's super fun to talk to. She's a big fan of orange, so we get along very well. So yeah, she's great. So that'll be out today. I think I have it scheduled for 2:00. So I know I haven't had a regular schedule for posting those. I think I'm probably gonna make it like Thursday at 2 o'clock. So seems good. I don't want it to conflict with the normal Pen Addict podcast, but I don't know when. Like, what's the best time? And I don't want it to be like the same Saturday as Refill. I want to spread out the content a little bit. So like a Thursday afternoon Eastern time seems pretty good. Mike, you host everything on Libsyn. That's the best. Like that's the best. I think that's where all the relay stuff's hosted. So like if I ever like wanted to, I'm just really trying to keep this one simple, and I know I could do a better job at that, but I don't know. I'm conflicted about the amount of work I want to put in for the back end. Like I'm cool with like recording, doing a minimal editing and sending out to everyone, just like making quick content. Because I put lots of time into lots of other things. I don't want that to be like a 4 to 6 hour a week job. Right now it's about a 2 hour a week job. Right? That stuff adds up real quick. Like, like any podcast, like you might record for 20 minutes, but it takes a lot of prep work and, things like that. So right now I think it's going really, really well. I'm happy with how it's going out, but I do think about like my backups. Like what's the plan if something happens to TriCast, or I start to not like them, or they start to fail, what's my plans? So yeah. So like adding this, why it took so long to add it into my workflow is because it actually does take a lot of time, right? So but it's important to me to continue to grow what I do for the Pen Addict members. Like that's my priority, is the Pen Addict membership, and putting more hours into that is worthwhile, right? So it took me a while to make the jump from not having a project to adding 2 to 4 hours a week, or probably 2 to 3 hours a week for that project. That's a large percentage of my time, right? It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're doing all these things, like the way you work and the way you spread things out, it's a chunk, right? So like I have to plan and schedule and do all these things for it. So there's some overhead to that outside of just recording and releasing. So yeah, well, I'm glad you think it's going really well. The feedback's been great. Last night I recorded. So today I think I released episode 7. Is that right? I've released 6. I recorded episode 12 last night. So that's how many I have banked right now. Last night was Tammy Sager. That could have been a 2-hour conversation easily. I love her to death. And we went about 30 minutes. I think that's my longest one so far. And I don't really want to go over 30 minutes because I want people to kind of listen to these passively, say, oh, that was like a fun snack type of thing. Good morning, Tessa. These are snack size podcasts. I don't want to have like a overcommitment of podcasts for people. And I think it's been really good for the membership. The feedback's been great. So that's my biggest focus. If y'all want to talk about business for a minute, if you'll allow me to, you saw the news yesterday, probably most of you, about the Amazon affiliate changes. And that's exactly why you don't want all your eggs in one basket, right? Because I have friends that run businesses off of like affiliate links, like Amazon affiliate links. And there's lots of different affiliate links. Just do a search for Amazon affiliate changes. It was national news. It was everywhere. So they went down from like 8 to 10% to like 1 to 3% on all of the affiliates, right? And the more you can control yourself in the long term, the better you're going to be. Like I've always been pro affiliate link, but I've also been cautious not to just like lean into it for everything, right? I'm pro affiliate links when you can use them. And I've always just been like, use it sparingly, use it as almost like a tertiary type of thing. It shouldn't be first or second in like the way you build like a profitable website. And like all these sites are going to get crushed now, like Wirecutter and like some of the big sites, and then even down to the smaller sites that rely, like my friend's Tools and Toys, like that's essentially an affiliate link site. They're going to lose like huge chunks of revenue off of this. And that's why doing things on a personal level, you know, committing to that personal level and having that personal touch, like, hey, I'm going to build a membership product that is my responsibility, that you're getting from me, and like I have full control over that. Like the only thing I don't have control over is the service that is the front end, the front end of the membership. So like Memberful handles that. So like that's the only thing I don't have a control. But like I could always convert to something else. I could roll my own type of thing. But like that's a service I'm willing to pay for. So like that's the only thing I don't control. Like I control the content, I control the writing, and the product reviews, and the links, and the podcasts, and hopefully I do something cool enough that people would like to give me money for, because that is literally how I make a living, right? This is my job. And I'm very fortunate to be in this situation, to have been able to build something like this that is my job. But you really have to, like Mike's saying in the chat, direct is the right word. The more direct that transaction can be, the better. Right? So I'm not asking you to click on a link to go buy something from somewhere else who a month from now will send me a percentage of that, right? I would rather like sell my own thing, whether that's, an ad on the blog. Like I sell that. Like I don't have an ad person, right? If I had an ad person, I'd probably have an ad every week on the blog. I don't have an advertising person, because it's more valuable for me to spend my time on membership. Mike's company, any advertising based company, is affected by this right now. But like it's this weird balance too, because a lot of the advertising we do benefits, like right now, can be like a helpful thing. Like people, there's certain products people still are buying and things like that. But still, these companies have different issues that cause them not to reel back the spend, the advertising spend, right? Because they're spending for like the next 3 or 6 months, and they're going, well, we're not seeing as much. Like these products are doing good. This is like a good thing to be advertising right now, and these are successful. But the big picture is still down, right? So. Have you seen any changes in your membership numbers since this all happened? I've seen an increase in membership since the beginning of the year. It's very small, so I'll tell you. I don't have the numbers right in front of me. I have about 645 members right now. I started the year probably like about 615 or 620, and I've had that's a big increase. Like to add 20 net new members in a past few months is a big increase for me, because there's always churn, right? There's people moving in and out of membership. If I can have if I can end the year with more members than I started the year, that's a good year, because a lot of people come out and a lot of people come in. So if I'm getting that net new membership, that's successful. So I will always, if y'all want, I don't like outwardly say, hey, I have this many members, all and on. But if y'all ever want to know like how many members I have or how things are going, I'll tell you. Like I'm happy to share most of the numbers I have with you. So like my long-term goal has always been 1,000 members, right? And like it's 4 years and I'm at like 600 and almost 650. I think that's pretty damn good. Like I'm really happy with that. And I'm mostly happy with the retention of members. I have a lot of people that have been here there since the beginning, and continue to support me in what I do, and that makes me want to do more. Right? That's why I'm able to add things like the podcast. Right? I'm able to invest more time in that now. Right? It's worthwhile. So yeah. So yay, business talk. Good morning, Jesse. JD Lady, thanks for the sub. 20 months. Y'all are awesome. Does hitting 1,000 members open up additional opportunities for you? No, I never thought of it that way. But like the more members I have, the more I can do, the more time I can commit to it. Like, it's a sliding scale, right? You know, so I can just make more content for members, the more members I have, kind of thing, right? Whew. Good morning, Alexander. So 1,000 is just an artificial number, but it's a sounds nice number. Like, and I know not everyone can afford a membership. That's why I continue to do all the other stuff, like all the blog content, all the podcast content. Like, it's not always about that, but like, that's the additional stuff that I'm willing to work for and put in place. What's Brad's drink of choice? I drink 3 main things. Arbitrary number. Thank you. I did mean arbitrary. Tony's not only my Twitch moderator, he's my life moderator. So thank you, Tony. I have 3 drinks of choice. Coffee with a slight bit of cream, like a little bit of cream in my coffee. That's what I'm drinking right now. I drink water. I'll spend like whole days just drinking water. And then Coke Zeros are my like soda beverage of choice. And I actually drink fake Coke Zeros from Kroger, which are really, really good. But when I'm out, it's Coke Zero. And then I'll mix in, I'll have like, I'll have an old fashioned once a week. And then I'll maybe have a beer or 2 once every 2 weeks. That's about it. Are most of your members yearly or monthly? I'd say almost 75% yearly. At least 65%. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I could get it. It's far, far and away annually. So, and I tend to do that too. I tend to subscribe to, let's just give me the year, and then we'll see how that goes. And if I like what I'm doing, then we'll just keep going. And if not, you will, yeah, Mike, you can hit me up anytime. We can set up a call. We could do it live on your podcast one day, whatever you want to do. And like, I'm not some like professional at this. Like, I'm just figuring out as I go along. I base my decision on what feels right for me and the people. Yeah, that was in 2017. So now we're up to like 650. HM Hedges, Calendly / Pen Addict. Yeah, definitely time to update. I just updated the membership page with the podcast content. Yeah, that's far and away the best way to schedule the podcast because I can automate it in my schedule. And we're out till like May, somewhere in May right now. I don't have any openings before May. What other subs like yours do you subscribe to? Anyone you should check out? I subscribe to Craig Mod. So I support a lot of Patreons, but I kind of feel that's a little bit different. I don't feel like the ones I subscribe to on Patreon are mostly like the fountain pen bloggers who use Patreon just for like a little bit of support, right? But they're not offering like a consistent, like a newsletter every week type of thing, which is fine. Like, I'm not saying that. So I subscribe to Patreons, but people that I support that give me content, or like that email me like big newsletters and stuff. I support Craig Mod. I'm on Urban's Patreon. I'm on Gentleman Stationer's Patreon. Aziza, Steven, Ink Dependence, Pelican's Perch. Yeah, I just did Craig Mod like 2 months ago, or a month or 2 ago. Thank you, Tessa. And then just yesterday, yeah. Oh, and I subscribe to Erasable too. Like, I should just pull up my Patreon. But I just do that to support my friends and their creation of content. How does it say like who I'm following? Okay. Mike Madison, Pelican's Perch, Erasable Podcast, Urban Hafner, Gentleman Stationer, Aziza, and Stephen Brown. Yeah. That's honestly like it does help. It does help, Patrick. And like I do a lot of it to give back too. Like with the Pen Addict stuff, I have a charity component built into it, right? That's important to me. Like every quarter I make a $250 donation to a charity. Like, whether it's a regular charity I support. Like recently I've supported, like it was Jackie Robinson's birthday yesterday. I support the Jackie Robinson Foundation every year. I didn't this year because there's been a lot of tragedies going on, unfortunately. Like I've supported the bushfires in Australia. I've supported PPEs for doctors and frontline workers and things like that. So yeah, like, I am definitely a rising tide person. I want to see that. Yeah, the Perch has a Patreon. He is a frontline COVID doctor right now. So Joshua Danley is having a little bit busy time right now, and he's like apologizing. I'm like, dude, I'm like, nah, it's cool. You're good. So what I was gonna say, I did something, and I've always subscribed in the past. Oh, I subscribed to Mac Stories. So Craig Mod and Mac Stories are my two like newsletter type subscriptions that I have right now. And then I added one yesterday. I added Stratechery. And here's why I do some of these things. So I've been talking to Mike a lot. We talk about business a lot, and that's why we were so long. For those of you who are on the live show yesterday, why we're so long ahead before the show, we were just talking businessy stuff, and like we talk about like who does interesting stuff like on a membership level. And I've always known Ben Thompson at Stratechery was like the king of the membership model, but I don't need a bunch of Apple, Samsung, Amazon content in my inbox. But what he does is crushes like membership platform offerings, right? So I subscribe to Ben to learn more about memberships, if that more than his content. And that's why I originally subscribed to Federico. Federico is like my muse for memberships. Like I talked to Federico a bunch at Mac Stories when I launched mine, because I launched a little bit after him. So I was picking his brain. He's one I've always followed in like the creation aspect of things and how to branch out from advertising and affiliates into like essentially rolling your own, right, direct support models. And I think Federico's Mac Stories is one of the best. And so yeah, so that's my three big subs are Craig Mod, Mac Stories, and Stratechery. Those are ones that provide like newsletter content, like not on the web, right, like kind of a private content type stuff. And mostly like Stratechery, I'm more learning about how he manages things than necessarily what he writes. Like he writes all this business stuff about the tech world, and that's just not like, it's like totally my jam. Like I get it. Micronics Twitch Prime, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Bijou, what's up? So we good on this conversation? I'm always willing, Mary, to discuss the business. I don't always do it just randomly because I don't want to talk too much about it. Like I don't want to force like the topic, but I'm always open to answer the direct questions, if that makes sense. So those are the things I'm thinking about a lot these days, right? And having that news come out yesterday about Amazon affiliates just solidifies like the path in my thinking that I'm on, right? But I have so much further to go with what I want to do. So yeah, that's it. I've been subscribing to more just random newsletters also that aren't like membership based, and I just subscribed to a Amazon cut their affiliate rates by like 75%. I can't believe y'all didn't see this. I'll find a link. I'll put it in the notes. It was a huge news yesterday. Who did the good article? I think Vox did the good article on it. Vox or The Verge? Yeah, there you go. The Verge. Thank you, Blaine. Seriously, yes, seriously. They went from like 8% payouts to like 1 to 3% payouts. So that's a huge dagger to like some of like these businesses that I support. So yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Do I know if it was US only or Amazon Global? I do not know. Consumed by the June SAT being canceled. Wow. Yeah, it's yeah, I don't get it. So who knows? All right, see you, Mike. Yeah, just shoot me an email. Oh, thank you, GS Penchant. That's a great tip. Yes, thank you, Michael. I think we're gonna try to do more with that. Right, this is the time to figure those things out, and that's kind of like what me and Mike were talking about offline yesterday. It's just how just memberships and who does good stuff, and like, like Mike recommended, like if I want to learn more about memberships to subscribe to Ben, and things like that. So it's cool. So Rich Sticks, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Oh man, my alerts are off again. Rip. Oh my gosh, that's crazy, Sarah. And are you doing like tutoring? You're like teaching type tutoring for SATs and stuff. Did I have that right? Wrong? I might have that wrong. All right, should we do some test prep company? Okay, cool. So are we good businessing? We can continue to business. Like I will business all day long if y'all want to. And I am more than happy to. But I just thought it was the topic was pertinent with yesterday's news. Like I just try to make it clear. I know I don't have to tell y'all that are listening, but I try to make it clear how important I put the membership, the Pen Addict members in the grand scheme of things, and how hard I work to do the right thing. And it feels like it's going well to me. So I just hope that everyone else seems that way, and it seems to feel that way. All right, let's do some notebooks. This is what I did today, chat. All right, so my notebook project. Y'all are familiar with my notebook project. If you're new to the chat, I do this thing where I send out notebooks to members just randomly, because I have too many notebooks and they need to go away. So today I'm out of all the envelopes I've packed. So I bought this. This is a big old tote bag. I love this bag. I don't use it enough. It's a tote bag, but it's got like backpack straps. So I filled this with, it's Metafilter. Like the sites I see, like Metafilter, Wire Cutter, Tools and Toys, a bunch of the smaller sites. So these are the envelopes I use. They're nothing special. I just get them off Amazon. They're these Azaza. It says A4 size, but I guess that's unfolded because they're this size. They're the craft envelopes I use. I had Butcher Orange ones at one time, and they stopped making them. There's my iPad in case I needed something. So this whole thing. See if we can do this successfully. Oh man, didn't even drop a notebook in here. Not one. They all stayed in here. So we're gonna unpack this box of notebooks and package them in these envelopes, because I will later have envelopes to address. I'm out of stamps right now. My stamps come in tomorrow. This is round 3. I've already sent out like 300. This is probably another 100 or so. So I did 200 in my first batch. Then I did another 100, 150. I lost count on that one. And this one's probably like 100. So I stuffed these. I bust open these packs, right? So like this is a rare pack. Where'd this come from? I think this came from their pop-up shop. Factory Floor. I don't know if I ordered this or this was pop-up shop. So these are gray. This is a cool here. The only thing I didn't bring was my knife today. To pop all these open. So these are cool. So that's gray, orange, and brown. And then they have a fluorescent orange grid in there, which we stole the fluorescent orange grid for our knock notebooks. I think theirs is a little bit darker. I think ours is a little lighter. But these are dope. Like, these are really great. Like, I should send somebody, I'll pack in the belly band, because the belly band are numbered. So, like, this is 864 out of 1750. So I'll put that in the gray notebook. How about that? And then I take these notebooks, and I did because it lives in my other bag, Cal. That's the only reason, is because I took a different bag today, and it lives in the other backpack that I carry. So I need a trash bag here. First time Twitch watcher. Glad you made it, hobby collector. So this is what we're doing. We're unwrapping all these notebooks, and we're going to put them in envelopes, because later on I will have a list of Pen Addict members that I send these notebooks out to. I'm out of stamps right now, and I'm out of envelopes. I like to pre-pack these so they're completely random. Not ever stoked on fluorescent grids. I get that. Like, I can't imagine like that's a hugely popular thing. I like the look for a change every now and then. All right, so we need to keep this trash bag going right here. You picked a good first one, because it's fun to be able to talk about why these notebooks exist, but then it's fun to just, because it's open chat, right? Essentially, we can talk about anything while I do this. This is like, I'm gonna do this anyway. We might as well just like sit here and chat like while I do it, right? And we can talk about stationery. Most of these are field notes. I have some write notepads in here. So my goal was to, like, I'm not gonna use all this stuff, so we just need to oh, Mickey, thanks for the sub. Thank you so much. I just saw that. Thank you. I appreciate it. So whoa, hobby collector, thanks for the sub. You're awesome. I appreciate you. So what I do is I just have too many notebooks. I'm not going to use them, so I might as well send them out into the world, and you know, people will get a surprise in their inbox. Oh, for all you new subscribers, we have some dope emotes. You should check out the dope emotes we have. You're new as well. Why do they exist? Why does what exist? Why do I exist? Why do the notebooks exist? Specify. All right, so we have field notes, drink local. These had the notebooks because I ordered them. When I had a super field notes collection thing going on. So now I just have too many. So I'm not going to sell them. So there's no point in them sitting in my closet being unused, so I want to send them out into the world and give other people some happiness. So this is Field Notes Drink Local, one of my favorite editions. Comes with a coaster, so someone's gonna get the coaster in their package as well. Yeah, we don't want Toby to be squished. That's true. He actually doesn't go in the closet of doom. He's pretty scared of that, as he should be. Yep, this hobby collector, the last issue vignette was my first time I didn't have the sub. So yeah, my sub's done. Like, it was time. It was time. You did use the one you sent me, but it did make me happy. Well, that's your life, Dave. I mean, like, what makes you happy, Dave? Can you name one thing? Like, so I just feel like that's standard. Yeah, but think of it as not a goodbye, right? Think of it as, hey, if they do something cool, I might pick it up later. I don't have to have the sub. That's the way I see it. All right, so the brown one's going to get the coaster. I love Rewizzle's custom sailors. All right, see, even supposing. Whoa, that's a big one, Evan. Yeah, so enjoy your emotes. We got a dope orange Sailor Pro Gear emote that you can build all kinds of things with. These had that weird texture. Yeah, Tessa. One of these days, if I can't come over to stream, I will do a live, an Instagram live from the Closet of Doom. How's that sound? I will make you that bet. I will make that happen. Make me a cedar. I agree. I agree with that statement. Yep, it's too much. Like, I'm okay waiting and seeing. You know, and I was chasing like all of the side editions too. Right, this was Cole, the hat maker. These are really great. These are like an awesome notebook. Like, and I have like, look, I bought this America the Beautiful for $10. But I'm not going to use them. Oh, I'm not going to send this one out. This one's not supposed to be in here. Grass Stained Green is my all-time favorite. I'm not opening this one. I'm going to keep that one. There might be some in here that I keep, but most of them I won't. This is the first thick paper edition that was more, I don't know, more fountain pen friendly, I guess. Salt. I like that, Dave. I've sent out Butcher. I had one single. I have a 3-pack of Butcher Blue at home. Like, I keep one of all the old ones at home. I had a single of Butcher Blue that I sent out in one of these envelopes. I don't know. I never got feedback on who got it, though. So it's out there in an envelope somewhere. Could make it through next year on the Shenandoah Horde. Shenandoah is a good one. I'm packing field notes for future letter addressing or mail. Oh, I like that one, Rewizzles. Are those wings from Overwatch, or is that like a base one? Oh my god. Yeah, the field nuts are having a conniption. Like, don't show them this one. I'll start getting emails. Hey, you know that Grass Stained Green? Will you sell me that? No, I will not. So don't ask. Oh, America the Beautiful gets a sticker on one of these too. So let's put that one in the fields of Amber Waves of Grain. So Amber Waves of Grain, you're getting the sticker. There's all these pack-in stuff too that I gotta do. Nice. So we can wing up all the things. Like it. You did miss business talk, George. So we had a little businessy talk, a little business time. It's always good to talk. Always good to talk business every now and then. I just want to be able to help people if they have questions. All right. So, did we do one of these yet? I don't think I did this one yet. What is this? Oh, that's a Tomoe River. That's a Glacier Edition Pebble Stationery. See, I don't even know what all I put in here. Knock stuff. We're going to talk about knock stuff. I think I like to write notepads, pocketbooks. I agree. For writing, just for flat out writing. And some of the design stuff, write notepads. Off topic, I'm going crazy waiting for my Bungwax Sweet Love pen. That's completely on topic here. Is it has it shipped? Like, are you like stalking the tracking? Whoa, Rewizzles. That one looks like my pen which shall not be named. Stalking the tracking. Yeah, so where is it at? Is it on land? You don't want to hijack the discussion. There's no such thing as hijacking the discussion. We can always talk about anything. Like, what did George say? George wanted to say knock stuff. Yeah, I don't have any new knock stuff. I need to call the guy, the manufacturer, the guy. He left me a voicemail yesterday. They have some of my stuff that they're not shipping. Because we owe them money, right? Like, you know, it's just like a rotation, right? You send us money, will send us. We have a certain amount of leeway with debt, but we're like over that amount. So like, I think we're about to be under that amount. So it's like, can you ship me this new stuff that everyone wants, and then I could pay you more? Like, that would be great. Oh, the business stuff? No, we're talking mostly about membership programs. That type of stuff. Last update on the Force has it been processed through customs in Japan. Yeah, that's a nightmare. Like, that gap of tracking in the other country. All right, were these J. Crew when they did these ice pops? These weren't J. Crew, right? I think these were called ice pops. Need white zippered chimney tops? No, they're holding lookouts and fodder stacks. And lookouts, fodder stacks, one other thing. And all new colors. Well, one of the lookout colors is an old color. Lookouts, fodder stack. I can't remember the third thing. So what were these? Ice pops? Do you have any types of materials in the hopper that might be a little bit more dog fur lint resistant? That's an awesome question, hobby collector. And I hate to say we do not. Yeah, that's the nature of the beast. Number one, nylon is bad. Then when we do wax canvas, it's worse. Like, that's a legit fair question, though. The pack cloth cases, the pack cloth exterior cases, which are few and far between, which are your Sapelo XLs and your Coleman's, those are a little bit less resistant. But, yeah, your Lanier, that's going to eat it up. Sorry. That is definitely one of the negatives about the materials we use. Side trip to New Hampshire. Crazy. The fodder stack return is being held up. I don't know if they're actually made, but that's like on the order list, right? I don't know if they're sitting there made or what. Oh, the wax canvas is the worst. Like, it's a huge trade-off, right? If you want that case, that's one of the biggest trade-offs. It gets filthy. Jesse, thanks for the sub. 14 months. You get some cheer. Go. Ooh, that's a cool color. I like these. Oh, they do have some Burtons. I should have like 50 more of those Burtons. And then if we ever do any more, it'll be a different color or something. But they owe me like 50 more of those. Oh, we should sell an add-on with that. Transporting pins and the spiral pad back and forth for your home and work offices. Yeah, totally. I love that case. I mean, I love most of our cases. I love all of our cases, but like there's some that just really feel right for the job, and you can really knock that out with the Burton. People have found a lot of great uses for that. That's why I'm glad we could sell those Lanier pouches in different colors. Even though it's not as like built out as the Burton, it's such a useful case. I find a heckin' lot of uses for it. I'm just gonna hold this up here again to tease anyone who's watching that's a field nut and is yelling at me. Knockout. Look at this. Okay, fire spotter. We can do that. That's a good one. Question, can anything be done to fix a sprung clip on the spoke pin? No, but we will replace it for you because it is built not to spring, and I'd want to know how it happened. So we will absolutely replace that for you for free, as long as you tell us how you did it. And I'm deadly serious. I mean, yes, you can spring them if you like really lay into it. You should not be able to spring that clip with normal use. So I will replace it for free, but I want to know how it happened. That will help us design the clips in the future. Hellboy Library Editions, the Burton. Oof, that sounds tempting. I use my Burton so on my desk, my theme system journal, my idea notebook stay in the Burton. That way, when I do those things at the same time, so I'll just grab the whole thing, pop it over here, pull out my notebooks, do what I do, pop it back in, put it off to the side. Just fidgeting with it, just like popping it, like that should never spring under that circumstance. Yeah, I don't care if it's your fault. It shouldn't be possible for you to do it like that, and we will totally replace it. So there's Fire Spotter. You didn't miss the opening. The opening of notebooks. No, we have this many to go. I don't know if I'll get to all of them today. So we got lots more to go. So I'm doing Fire Spotter right now. Oh yeah, Blaine needs Fire Spotter. It is definitely themed correctly. I thought there were stickers in these. I thought the Fire Spotters had stickers. I didn't see any stickers pop out of this one. Oh, look, I didn't realize they had like a stamp on the back. It says Fire Spotter Edition, always watching. That's cool. Do you think the last 2 lunkers will ever be found, or are they unopened? I'm surprised 8 have been found, to be perfectly honest. So I would not be shocked if we never saw them. Your Joker spoke, took a walk at the Baltimore Pen Show. Ugh, that sucks. Sapelo XL for theme system. That's where mine used to live. That was the previous case for it. I swap them around all the time. All right, let's see what other interesting stuff. This is an interesting one. This is XOXO 2015. That's a cool design. Oh, that's a game idea with the Gone Fishing. Cool. So we're going to stream for a little while longer today, but I do have to go at some point because I'm interviewing. Did I say this already? I'm interviewing Urban Hafner at 1 o'clock my time. Oh, you did good. Yeah, that's a dope pen. I love it. Those came out so good. Good move. I like that move. I think that's a fair move. The Idea Doc version 2. I keep that on my desk. 1.1 stub, first Retro 51. That's good. You will dig that one. Aren't these cool? I think that's pretty cool. What's on the inside? Very, very light gray graph on those. So I'm just popping in the belly band in the first notebook. You're not using the wax canvas Sinclair? It sits on my desk. I have a prototype wax canvas. I use a wax canvas Brasstown right now. The Sinclair I'm not using right now. They're both prototypes. They are not anywhere near in production. It would be a miracle if we could get those this year, to be perfectly honest. We might even have to do a pre-sale, like once things get right again. If we did the black waxed and aqua blue Sinclair and Brasstown, it might be a pre-sale. Any new Tallulah colorways? Not right now. Not on the drawing board. I know I'm completely missing one. That I don't know. Drawing a blank. Those are standard. I will pack those up too. I'm just trying to find the cool ones. Oh, here's a Traveling Salesman. My opinion on the Lamy notebooks, better than I thought. Just bought the full Unicorn kit. I use the Unicorn Sinclair as much as any case that I own. It's one of my favorites. So these Traveling Salesmen were really cool. And thank you, Tessa. I really appreciate that. So yeah, opinion on the Lamy notebooks, better than expected is the best thing I can say. I personally would like the line bar to be 3 grids apart instead of 2. But then you're just encroaching on Doan paper at that point. Sorry. This is very... They thinned out the packaging since Traveling Salesman. Good grief. I think it may be because these notebooks were thicker. Ugh, I did get a piece in there. So the Traveling Salesman, if you're not familiar, is a ledger, green ledger paper. and it's just awesome. Really, really good one. So I think I keep going back and forth between y'all's last two questions. I think the Lamy notebook is worth a test. I think it's worth a test purchase. I wouldn't go all in because I don't know totally how you would use it or what you what type of pens and things you use. But I thought for my usage, pretty good. Was this one the off-center logo one? Yeah, you don't even realize it. Look at that. Can you see it? Yay, ledger paper. Yeah, they're cool. That's right. The thickness adjusted the... Oh, Tesla, you're the best. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Like I was talking with Tammy Sager last night for our interview, and like she embarrassed me like in the best way possible, just saying that like my first pen show, it's like I came up and I was so nervous, like, oh my god, it's Brad Dowdy and you were so nice. I'm like, I'm not a scary guy. I'm just a nice guy. I want to make other people feel comfortable and do nice things for other people. And yeah, so thank you, Tessa. I really appreciate that. This is a cool one. Analog Research Lab. That's a Facebook laboratory design lab. So it's very cool. Use the ledger to keep track of aquarium maintenance. That's smart. Well, hey, like I tell people, if it's your first pen show, you just come see me, and then everything else will be gravy from there. So what are these? These are like a reddish orange grid. Yeah, Andy gave some of these away. He sent me these when he was still at Facebook, and that's been a couple years ago. He must still have a stash of them. He must have stole them all. Brad let me try out his Nakai and other expensive pens last year at ATL. That was more scary than Brad himself. Yeah, totally. I force people to use them. I bring them on purpose, and I force people to grab them in their hands. Yeah, I hope we get Dallas. Yeah, like that shit's overwhelming. Like it's no joke. And I was overwhelmed like the first couple times I went to the Atlanta Pen Show. It is super scary. So I'll give you a good talking to, set you on the right path, and then you can go to town. This trash bag's filling up quickly. I hope we get San Fran. Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story. I have so my Sailor Sky Blue King of Pen. I don't know if Anik Stacy sometimes in the chat here, just being quiet. If she pops up, I don't know if she's here or not. She'll remember this story. So I just gotten my Sailor King of Pen, the Sky Blue, my first Sailor King of Pen. Got it at the Atlanta Pen Show. Like I couldn't believe I spent that much money. And then I don't know if it was like the next day or it was very shortly after I purchased it. We had a little Atlanta lunch bunch group. There would be like 8 of us. We went to this burrito shop in Atlanta, and we sat outside on like the park bench seats, right? So like they just like have the umbrella sticking through, and it's like the wooden park benches, right? Bottom two rows, table in the middle. So the genius of all of ours, like I've got the pens showing off, like the burrito hadn't come yet, or the burrito wasn't ready yet. I don't know if maybe it was, maybe I don't know. Anyway, the pen was sitting on the table, and I don't know if it was me or I don't even know who was sitting next to me. Like the first 3 people sat on one side of the bench, right? I'm not a small person, and no one's sitting on the opposite side, and the table kicks, right? It didn't fall over, but like we're like, oh, we're dumb for sitting like that. Well, the Sailor King of Pen, the brand new one goes boom, 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 boom onto the concrete right there. So ever since then, they were like, we couldn't find a mark on it, couldn't find a scratch. Everyone was like freaking out except me. Like I didn't care. We couldn't find a mark on it. We were all like looking, but ever since then, it's been called the burrito pen. So yeah, it's fun. Anyway, long story about how I make people use my pens because they should. How's business in these times? Like, knock business is pretty slow, but knock business was slow already because we haven't had a lot of new products. So, Pen Addict business is good, like, because it's all kind of digital business, really, right? It's, what are these? Is this Raven's Wing with the orange thing? I think that's Raven's Wing. So, you know, I'm doing okay. Like, right now it's fine. Like, knock's slow. But like I said, knock was slow before kind of the downturn. Boy, these covers are thick on Raven's Wing. Is that what this is? Yeah, Raven's Wing. Cool. That's going to be good. Someone's going to like that. Ultra minus. That's funny, Jackie. I love that. I love how many like new listeners we get like all the time. Just like random stuff. I'll send you this, Tony, for sure. Just like I'm not gonna send you this either. Greatest edition ever created. And even though I think it was probably like they probably felt it was like a technical failure because of how the letter pressing worked on them. What time is it? 11. Okay, I can go about 30 more minutes, and then I gotta go prep for Urban. I don't know if I can get all these done in 30 minutes because I'm talking too much. How does one get on the list? It's a Pen Addict member random thing that I do. So, it's something I run within the membership for the Pen Addict. Where's the link? Where's the link? Do we have a shortcut to the link to the membership page? Why were there 4 books in the lunacy? Thank you, JD Lady. Would you say it's serendipitous that you diversified some by starting up Spoke right before all this mess? Did that enter into your reasons for doing that in the first place? How to answer that question? Did it enter into your reasons for doing that in the first place? I'm always looking for an opportunity that fits me personally. So I've never made a pen necessarily. So was it seen as a business investment? Definitely not. It was seen as in, let's see if we can make something cool, and if it works out, great. Does that make sense? I think that's different than a business investment, right? So I found the thing that I wanted to be part of that I could believe in 100%, right? Those opportunities don't come along very often. Like the opportunities that you're just like 100% believe in the thing that you're making, and you would put your word against everything, like for that thing, whatever that thing is. Like it's a hard thing to describe, right? And it takes a long time to figure those things out. Like I don't rush into things. So I guess it was serendipitous that it happened, but I'm always looking for an opportunity where I can like put my full like commitment into it, even though I'm not doing like the full physical commitment of creation and fulfillment type of thing, but I can put my whole backing like completely into, like have that level of belief in a product, right? So like that's why I chose to partner with Brian at Spoke. Am I making sense? I feel like I'm not totally answering your question there. I mean, I think I kind of am, but it's hard to explain, right? Because I've had lots of opportunities that I haven't pursued, right? You have to, like, for me, it's more important. Here's the best way I can put it. My word is more important than any money I can make. Like, if my word isn't worth anything and my reputation isn't worth a crap, then it doesn't matter how much money I make. My word and my reputation is more important than any dollar, right? So if I'm going to be involved in a product, I have to be able to commit my word that I believe in this thing 100%. And that's more than any dollar. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's why I get involved with something like Spoke Pen. So, all right, this is the lunacy. So yeah, if I need to continue and elaborate on that, I will. Because I'm not totally sure how I did there. So there's lunacy. Can you see it? Are you planning a fountain pen from Spoke? Not right now. How's the Spoke Mini going? Pretty well. We got a batch of parts coming. Have you read The Way of Kings? I have not. What is that? Can you write off all your fancy shirts as a business expense? They're sort of your trademark. I write off all my fancy shirts. I'm serious. I write them off because if I go to pen shows, like I have to, it's like work clothes to me. So yeah. Harry's purchases too. I don't write off the Harry's purchases. I do write off my clothes. The way, okay, let me write that down. I know, that's just how I operate, right? That's why I'll never be the best business person, because I'll never be cutthroat, right? And I guess then that's the whole discussion. Well, how do you define best? I mean, is it the one with the most money wins? I mean, I don't think so. But that's why I'll never be like I don't know, like a influence marketer person on the internet, right? Because it's not me. I couldn't do that 100% with 100% belief. And that's how I have to do things. I was having a look at that pink special edition Sailor, and the feed looks like it's either clear or pink as well. Did you notice that? The Sakura ones we just talked about, like the champagne looking ones. Yeah, totally hobby collector. Like, people are important to me. Like, I care about people, and I care that my word means something. Way of Kings is over 1,000 pages. Well, I'm reading Our Band Could Be Your Life right now, and that's like a 520. That's about half of that, and I'm crushing through it. I'm like halfway through it already. So yeah, I could maybe read like a fantasy novel. Those ones. So no, I didn't see that. I didn't look close enough on that. Was this the first XOXO edition? Or the second one? Okay, throw the link. Do you have the link, Candy? Mafia Geek? Throw it in the chat and I'll pull it up. This was the purple XOXO. This must be 2014. If those black and white ones were 2015. There was a pink edition and a purple edition, but I'm not sure which order they came in. So this must be the second one, right? Let's see if it says what year on the inside. Think this was the first one? Because I went to the second one. That must have been the pink one. I haven't had the energy to read. I'm reading more. Oh, this is 2012. 2012 exclusive for the XOXO festival. So that must be first. It's probably in our show notes. So yeah, this is 2012 XOXO. What a great cover. And it's like a light gray graph. Hopefully someone doesn't mind their banged up one. Just kidding. Okay, I mean, I will check that out. Almost Twitch purple. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. That is a very twitchy purple. So the weather's been so nice here, like in the mid 70s and sunny. I've been reading outside several days a week. Like I probably read for like I was probably outside yesterday afternoon, probably like a good hour and a half just reading. Get some alone time. Unexposed purples. We'll open this up and see. Well, I'll do that one next. I love the unexposed. Unexposed, I think, got unfairly crushed. I thought it was a great addition. I guess it just made people mad that they had to open it up. Which is someone who doesn't care about that, then yeah. All right. So this is the unexposed edition. If you're not familiar with this, this was Field Notes play on the collectability aspect that had happened to them, whichever year this was. And they're like, well, we'll show you all you collectors. We're going to make these notebooks. We're going to make 6 different colors, but we're only going to put 3 in this package, and they'll be randomly selected, and you won't know what's in it until you open it. So they basically essentially forced people to open it if they wanted to. All right, let's look at this link real quick. Yo, Mary Beth D. All right. So we want to see what the feeds look like here. So you don't think they show it, but it comes... It sure does look clear, like if you look underneath it. It looks clear. It looks like a clear feed. Trying to see if there's a really good picture. It's definitely clear. Which I think is a great touch. Yeah, you can see it in this picture. Yeah, I think it's clear. Very cool. I did notice that the first time. You do enjoy when people buy up collectibles and keep them sealed to force open to see what they have? Yeah, for sure. Question on my Karis Customs ink rollerball. It's supposed to take Pilot G2V refills. Both them and the juice refills fit fine. Should they be able to fit similarly sized refills too, like Sarasa or Energels? Yes. You might have to modify like the end of them a little bit, but Sarasas and Energels should fit that G2 base. Yeah, I mean, you can trim the back with a knife. I mean, it's very, very minor. Yeah, totally like the Lunkers, which is why I don't think we're going to see the last 2. I'd be shocked. Like I said, I'm shocked we have 8 so far, to be perfectly honest. I thought maybe half of them, 5 or 6. I apologize. I forgot my knife. I know that's kind of gross. Yeah, I hadn't seen that either. All right, let's see what we got here. We have unexposed. We have pink, yellow. Uh-oh, we have purple. We have purple. We have purple. We have LSU. There we go. So those are our unexposed editions. I hope Retro interests. I hope Retro releases proof images. They're gonna do. They said they're gonna do something, like in their last tweet. They're just trying to give it some time. Reticle. And I like the little packaging that they did. Like they got the little field notebook. Very cool. I'm not going to send that cover, though. LSU, your alma mater. I grew up in Baton Rouge. I lived in Baton Rouge from 0 to 15 years of age. Yeah, go Tigers. Nice. That's awesome. Always glad to have more Tigers around here. I know we have another Baton Rougean that hangs out in here sometimes. Sarah Beth. Hunt. I've driven through Baton Rouge. It's probably okay you didn't stop. Oh, well, I mean, it's hard to get better than LSU at the College World Series, right? I mean, that's like their thing. That is the ticket. Ooh, here's a good one. This is a Dave one. This is a Sir Jerkface one right here. These are super rare. Sound Opinions. WBEZ. Is that Chicago? Yeah, that's the good shiz. They did these. Yeah, Coffee Call. They did these. These have to be a decade or more older. That they did for like a charity drive there. All right, see you, Beth. So yeah, this one. Let's see what year this one was. So like they're basic craft, but they were before they started doing all these logos. Yeah, 2008. So 12 years old these guys are. These are very, very cool. So someone who gets this, they're going to go, oh, cool, Field Notes craft. Hopefully they'll realize that it's actually something pretty decently cool, you know. Another one, I don't have it here, but one of the ones that I'm keeping. I'm keeping one set of everything at home. Like I have all that stuff, but I'm not getting any of the newer ones. But I have one of the Mongolian ones. Have y'all ever seen that one? You'll have to go search it. Someone sent me a single copy where the cover's written in Mongolian. That might be like my prized possession one, even though it's probably like far from like a value, the most valuable one. I just think it's just really, really cool. All right, go finish your homework, Elizabeth. I'll be done in about 10, 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. This is going well, but I know I got to get home and record. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go in about 10 or 15 minutes. Couple more packs, and then we'll save the rest of these packs for next time. We have more XOXOs. We have some Write notepads. Oh, we got Night Sky. James Brand. Bunch of different Write stuff. Nixon, more Drink Local. So, yeah, we'll do a bunch of these next time. You have Rand's Field Notes, huh? That's cool. I don't know that I've seen that one. Send me a picture of that. I'm in a Destiny clan with Michael Lopp. I don't talk to him very much, but I am in Rand's Destiny clan. Sorry, that was loud. Let's do a Write notepads. Black Elk. Let's do a Black Elk edition. Field Notes Brands, Mongolia. Let's see this. So yeah, y'all go read this story. So I got Renegade pencils. That's what it was. Renegade pencils. So someone sent me a single of this notebook, and I just think it's one of the coolest ones that they've done. It's really, really neat. Thank you. $403 packs. $5 from each goes to Pencils of Promise. Cool. I think I've donated to Pencils of Promise before. I think that's one of the charities I've supported through the Pen Addict members. Yes and yes, Mafia Geek. Well, I'm sending them. I have a spreadsheet that I need to finish from the first batch. So that's why I'm doing these, to finish up that first batch. Then I'll reopen it for people who haven't gotten any, who weren't on the list. Because it's still random. I'm not guaranteeing everyone. But I am sending them internationally. Absolutely. So everyone's eligible. But until I finish this first spreadsheet, which had like 300 and something addresses on it, I'm down to like 40. Right? So yes, there's the Black Elk edition. It's great. Sometimes dreams are wiser than waking. And then I'll start a new spreadsheet. And we'll start going through this again. Because I have more notebooks than this. So we're going to try to get everyone. I'm going to try to get everyone who wants one. But, like, I can't guarantee it. Like, I'd feel weird, like, guaranteeing everyone one. But so far, everyone's getting one. And we've just shipped, like, 300 plus out there. Out into the world. Wow, these barely fit in these envelopes. And yeah, I have the international stamps I use for them right here. All right. I think this is the last I'm going to pack up today. Any more questions y'all have today? Or we can save them till next time. You can, think about like any business stuff you want me to talk about. I'm an open book. Like, I'll tell you almost anything, like maybe not down to like raw dollars and cents, but like I'm willing to share like lots of things. Just if it helps you, either helps you in your business or helps you understand how things work. I'm more than glad to do it. I love doing it. I like helping. Any other cool community projects that are happening while everyone is in isolation? I've noticed there's been a really good online pen show type of thing going around for a lot of different people. A lot of people setting up like online remote pen shows where people, they'll get 8 or 10 people in a group and everyone will take a pen and tell a story about the pen. Like that's kind of cool. Like as far as like project style goes, I don't know for sure. Specifically. Tony's already texted me. Thank you for asking, Tessa. I genuinely appreciate that. I'm having a very good day. I've had a very good week. It's very up and down, right? I've had more good days than bad recently. Like 2 weeks-ish ago, I was in a stretch of like really rough mental state. The last week or so has been really good, just positive days. So yeah, I'm thankful for that. So I appreciate you asking. Am I doing anything to keep from getting crazy? I'm reading more. Like I'm going outside, sitting in the sun and reading a book for like an hour, or more. Trying to do that every day. I don't get to it every day. But getting outside, listening to the birds and reading a book and getting some sunlight. So that's the one thing I've been doing that I haven't normally done. And walking the dog a little bit more. So that's been good. Just like that, getting outside is super important right now. I would love more video stuff like you and Mike did, but I know you're both slammed these days. Yeah, I mean, that's something we'd like to do more. We're talking, like, don't read anything into this, but we would like to do more. So maybe there's an opportunity for us to do more. We'll have to figure it out. It's a little bit technically challenging, right? It's not the best quality, which Mike is a quality snob, right? Like I'm not. Like immediately when I logged on with Mike to record that video, he goes, "You sound terrible." And I know he didn't mean like my voice like I was sick. I was like, "Your audio is shit." And like that was literally the first words out of his mouth. So so he's always hesitant to when he can't fully control when he can't fully control the output. That means that you have to appreciate that about Mike, right? He wants the elite product to be put out there. Like I totally appreciate that about him. So yeah, I'm not promising anything on that front, but we talk about it from time to time. Mafia Geek, do you know any dot grid notebooks with larger than 5mm spacing? 6 to 7. Yeah, where have I seen some recently? I'll have to think about it. I don't know right off the top of my head. I swear I've reviewed a 6 recently, and I'm blanking on what it was. Because I think I made a comment about how I didn't like the 6 or 7, whatever it was. I'll have to put some brain cells on it. Meditate. I have been meditating. I meditated a lot last week. I use the Oak app for meditation. It's not perfect, but couldn't you do the podcast live with video? Not how we're currently constituted. I would have to come over here for my internet to be able to handle both an audio and video stream and have my microphone with amp that Mike provided me for his sound quality purposes. I'm glad you said that, Hobby Collector. I will let him know. He really takes that. Baron Fig? No, I'm good. Not today. I'm feeling good today. I'm surprised he did the Kickstarter the way he did, because he knew he didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice, so he had to do it. He was mad he couldn't be in his studio because of the social distancing. Right, he's built out this whole studio, and he hadn't recorded one show in the new studio. Oh, 6-7 dot grid. What? Oh, Baron Fig. No, they're like 5, aren't they? They're not bigger than 5. Yeah, that's why Mike did it. Don't think anything different. So yeah, we might have to do like an extra video, like this summertime. Could you stream with Mike? Yes, we're gonna set up. We're gonna try to do more of that. Yes, we'll pick out a game. I wanted him to play Sea of Thieves. I think we'd make a fun Sea of Thieves partnership, because we'd be awful. I suck at that game. Pip the hippie, thank you for the follow. Like, I'm horrible at Sea of Thieves. I just want to sail around, open chests, and fish, like do treasure maps. So like if I have to like really put up a fight with anything, I get killed every time. Like the megalodons kill me, the skull ships kill me, the other pirates kill me. But I think that makes for a fun, hilarious. Like if there was 2 of us being terrible, it'd be pretty funny. But we'll probably do Animal Crossing first and see where it goes from there. So we'll talk about it. We will get there one day. All right. Yeah. Do I play Overwatch? No, but I love watching Overwatch. My son plays Overwatch. I think I would really enjoy Overwatch if I sunk some time into it. But my son Tyler plays Overwatch a little bit. He's mostly playing Fortnite now. He was all Apex for a while. Now he's all Fortnite, and then sometimes he'll mix in Overwatch. So he's playing mostly Fortnite and Overwatch now. I would totally get into Overwatch. That's my kind of game, for sure. I just don't have that much time. So I'm playing Animal Crossing, a little bit of Destiny. Echo is dope. Tyler has the new character. Yeah, in Overwatch. That's him or Elizabeth talking right now. The Mary Beth D account is my kids. So, yeah. So that's them. Overwatch League is on tonight. Okay, we actually might be free tonight to watch that. Mark it down, Tyler. Yeah, I've heard about the Mono Bay Aquarium thing. I love playing Sea of Thieves. Like, I can just go out and go fishing. It's so pretty. It's like the prettiest game. So I just got to get playing it more. I'm a little bit burnt out on Destiny right now. So I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, a little bit of MLB The Show, a little bit of Diablo on the Switch because it went on sale for half price, but barely, like an hour. I put in like an hour into it. I'd rather spend that time on Sea of Thieves, and I haven't been. I don't even have a pet yet since they've instituted pets, so that's how little I've been playing. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Good day. Good day, chat. So we got to do this more. We got to do this a lot more. This is so much fun. And I like just talking about stuff, like life stuff. That's really good. Like, I mean, I like packing these envelopes too, and we can talk about other things. But yeah, good day. Thank you all for hanging out. And I'll be back, should be back next week, just like normal, regular Tuesday, Thursday schedule. That seems to be the plan right now. I don't have time for any extra streams this weekend, any game streams. I'm not going to have time this weekend. Wife's back at work. So we'll see what next week holds, and we'll go from there. So thank y'all. Bye.